Hi, I am Manohar, founder of CoachPro Consulting and PMI authorized training partner instructor for the PMP training and certification courses. So today I am going to talk about risk management and the key terms associated with risk management. So we are going to discuss more about what exactly is a risk, where does risk originates from, what is trigger condition, what are the opportunities and threats in terms of risk management, and we'll also discuss about what exactly is an issue. Okay. So in terms of project management, a risk refers to the possibility of an event or condition that could have a negative impact on a project objectives. See, risk is nothing but an integral part of the project management, and it encompasses various elements including but not limited to uncertainties, potential problems and unexpected events that could affect a project schedule, project budget, project scope and the project quality. Let's take an example especially in terms of project risk management. Working with a new vendor and building processes is a risk. Why this is a risk? Working with a new vendor is a risk because you may not be familiar with their capabilities, their performance, the reliability. You might not know if they have a history of delivering quality products or not, delivering quality services or not. This lack of familiarity can be a risk because you are entering into a partnership with an unknown entity. You don't know much about the vendor, new vendor, and you are going to building a new capabilities in terms of processes. And that's why a risk is incurred here. So the new vendor may not have established quality control processes or may not be experienced in delivering product or services to your specific requirements. Also, when you rely on a new vendor, you become dependent on their performance. If the vendor encounters any financial problem, financial issues or any kind of operational issues or legal issues, it can disrupt your project. So now the question is how to mitigate these risks working with a new vendor and building new processes. That is essential. That is the key factor here. It is essential to establish clear communication channels, set clear expectations, and closely manage the relationship with the new vendor. Additionally, you have to manage a contingency plan and alternative vendors or process in place that can help you minimize the potential negative impact of these risks on your project or for your organization. As you hear, risk originates from a wide range of unknown causes within and outside the business environment. Risk may be arise due to external environmental factors. So what we have to do, how to identify when the risk is going to trigger, and for this we have to understand risk development and the trigger condition. A trigger condition is an event or situation that indicates a risk is about to occur, that indicates the risk is about to happen. In the example of the above example which I have explained, working with a new vendor to build a new processes, the trigger condition may be that the vendor fails to meet the initial delivery deadline for a critical component by more than 5 days. What could be the action you can take as a project manager. That is more important. In this example, since the delivery deadline is already passed by more than 5 days and it's a critical delivery, so you will have to implement the action plan. And what could be the action plan in the given scenario? Action plan, maybe you have to initiate a contingency plan, such as sourcing the component from an alternative vendor. If you have alternative vendors, qualified vendors list, you can reach out to them. You can initiate the contingency plan with the other vendors. Now we have to understand that risks can be positive, risks can be negative. Positive risks are called opportunities and the negative risks are called the threats. Now let's try to understand what exactly are called the opportunity. A risk that if they occur can have a positive effect on one or more project objectives. They are called the opportunities. These opportunities can help you achieve the project objectives more effectively, more efficiently. Let's understand this with some real life example. Let's consider a construction project to build a new office building. The project has a very specific milestone to complete the structural framework of the building within a certain time frame. Meeting this milestone is crucial to keep the project on schedule. However, there is a positive risk associated with this milestone. If you are delivering things on time, you are going to achieve the project goal. But think about, since this is a critical delivery, critical milestone, by any hook or crook, if you are going to miss this milestone, what would be the impact of this milestone on the remaining project or the project delivery or the project schedule? So what is the positive risk? What are the opportunities here? You have to understand what is the trigger condition. Since this construction team might complete the structural framework ahead of schedule, this may be caused as an opportunity. This may be called as an opportunity. If the construction team is going to complete this milestone ahead of schedule, there are different benefits associated with this. But how you would understand that the construction team is ahead of the schedule? You have to come up with some trigger condition. What exactly is the trigger condition that you have to understand? If the construction crew constantly makes rapid progress and is on track to complete the structural framework 20% faster than original time. Suppose if the timeline is decided for 10 days and if the construction crew is working on it on a faster pace, 20% faster pace, they can complete in approximately 8 days. So the remaining 2 days will be a kind of time saving. What action you can take in this current situation? You have to capitalize the opportunity to advance the project schedule. You will have to capitalize the opportunity to complete this milestone before time so that you can inculcate the benefits of it associated with it. So in this scenario, completing the structural framework early is a positive event because it can lead to several benefits. Take an example. If the structural framework is going to complete early, there will be cost benefits, cost savings. The project could incur lower labor cost and the equipment cost due to reduced work days. There are time savings, time benefits. The project can be completed ahead of the original schedule and potentially allowing the company to occupy the new office space sooner. So these are the benefits, these are the opportunities which you can grab by completing the structural framework milestones early than the scheduled time. This is an example of opportunity that is called positive risks. Now let's talk about negative risks. Negative risks are often called as threats. These threats are events or conditions that if they occur can have an adverse impact, negative impact on the project, and that could potentially lead to delays, lead to cost overruns and other undesirable consequences. Take an example of unpredictable adverse weather conditions such as heavy rainfall or storms can cause the construction delays. Take an example of a bridge construction. There is a timeline which is committed. The bridge will be handed over to the government officials. Due to unpredictable heavy rains, storms, which has caused a delay, which has caused a water lodging in the bridge development area. In this case, how you can tackle this? You have to implement a contingency plan to manage the weather related delays, which might include rescheduling some of the tasks, which might include reallocating some of the resources working on those particular tasks. You can also incorporate additional weather related safety measures to mitigate the impact of those heavy rains or those storms. These are the ways you can reduce the impact of these negative risks on your project, these threats on your project. Now, let's talk about what exactly is an issue, when the risk can be called as an issue, and why this is called as an issue. An issue is a problem or challenge that has already occurred and is currently affecting the project delivery, affecting the project goal. Unlike risks, which are positive potential future events, issues are real. Issues are at present moment. Issues has already happened and that needs immediate attention. They are called issues. To manage those issues effectively, it is very crucial for addressing problems as they arise to prevent them from escalating and negatively impacting the project objectives. Let's understand this with an example. Let's take an example of a delayed material delivery for a construction project. In a construction project, suppose you are managing a construction project to build a new office building, and one of the materials required for the project next phase is nothing but steel beams. You have a predefined delivery schedule for these materials, these steel beams, to ensure the project stays on track. However, you encountered this issue. The steel beams were not delivered to you on time. Now, why this is an issue here? Since the steel beam supplier has informed you, being the project manager, that they will not be able to deliver these materials, these steel beams on the agreed upon date. The supplier is facing some production delays due to unforeseen technical issues. Now, you as a project manager, how you would tackle this? What action you would be taking in this case? You have to understand the impact of the delay in material delivery can potentially disrupt the project schedule. It may cause a ripple effect on subsequent construction phases, which may lead to overall project delays. In this scenario, the issue is the actual delay in material delivery, nothing else. Actual delay in material delivery, and it requires immediate attention. Not just attention, you as a project manager, you also have to come up with action items. What action you are going to take? So, effective issue management is an essential component of risk management, as it helps you to maintain overall project health and it mitigates the impact of unexpected challenges as they arise during the course of the project execution. I hope you learned the basic concept of risk management, what is called a risk, what is called an issue, what are the opportunities, what are the threats. We will be coming up with more topics on risk management in our subsequent videos. If you like the video, please do subscribe, comment, like and share the video. Thank you.